Claus Studio by Adatara. The COVID-19 disrupted the very functioning cities worldwide. Experiencing extended lockdowns, teleworking, distance learning and remote purchasing have shaped a new era of digitization. What would we do differently if we build a new urban precinct from scratch? Greenfield developments have the unique and unprecedented opportunity by distributing the assets carefully and starting with a blank slate that provides the freedom to be more innovative and forward-thinking. This freedom enables the synthesis of best practices and solutions from health to climate resilience, reinforced by cleantech to reinvent and rethink new urban expansions and developments. Would this result in new gated communities? Or will governments and developers work together to pilot novel combinations of low-carbon and sustainable future urban settlements? Greenfield developments are popular in Australia because Australians prefer to live in houses with a backyard. Melbourne and Victoria are at the forefront of urban expansion to provide affordable housing for all job types to maintain economic growth. Recent initiatives of high-speed train and decentralisation of the state keep and support the growth of greenfield sites in regional towns. Hence, low-density greenfield development is an inevitable part of the future. The Victorian Planning Authority (VPA) has been planning new suburbs across Greater Melbourne, which is consistent with Plan Melbourne 2017 to 2050, to ensure land within the urban growth boundary offers a diverse range of efficient and affordable housing options. 4 growth areas are defined to manage further growth of metropolitan Melbourne, including North, West, Sunbury, and South Corridor plans. The studio focuses on the North Growth Corridor plan. Wallan South Precinct has been identified as a top priority area located in North Growth Corridor plan. Wallan South Precinct structure plan covers a total of 806 hectares and is bounded by Old Sydney Road to the west, Hume Freeway to the east and Wallan Township to the north and northeast. Wallan South is expected to have a residential focus and supported by associated services and facilities such as town centres, schools, community centres and parks. A preliminary structure plan has been produced that will be followed by a phase of final public consultation. This is a timely opportunity for the studio to review and interrogate the prepared structure plan and develop it further into more resolution and sustainable futures. Clause 56 applies to residential zones in Victoria and set out the requirements to be met for subdivisions by considering site context, livability, lot layout, urban landscape, access and mobility management, integrated water management, utilities and transitional arrangements. Clause Studio takes a critical position in relation to the existing policy context and situation of greenfield sites and speculates about the new forms of urbanisation by looking at redefining the low-density housing design prototype that can respond to various considerations such as livability, mental and physical health, infrastructure, climate change and biodiversity. The studio facilitates a systematic and evidence-based approach to study the whole geographic area and develop a spatial framework to which different policy applications and design decisions can be made. We study the landscape through a multi-layer assessment of physical, perceptual, and cultural factors in a collaborative approach. Through these observations and readings, new propositions will be developed by integrating these factors and responding to the project goals and design principles. The studio methodology establishes a meaningful link between design propositions and cultural and environmental aspects of the study area to spark imagination and collective aspirations. Claus Studio will be delivered in face-to-face and online modes on Thursdays 12 to 4 p.m.